Alrighty, folks, I'm going to quickly go over how to create a hinge in Onshape. Any of this will work for any shape that you have. I'm just choosing to do a rectangular shape because it's going to be the quickest for me to explain to you right now. So that is why I'm going over it. Again, you can do any shape. We are taking and looking at, it's in 1.3.7 and not last week, but the week before. You have the information page, the project information page, and you can see here's what their hinge looks like. And honestly, I think this is the simplest hinge to create. You can obviously create a different hinge, but we also have to take into consideration that 0.5 millimeter gap. And if we go and we convert 0.5 millimeters into inches, that gives us 0.01965 or 685. All information we need to keep in mind as we are creating our hinge. So what I've done so far is I've created a rectangle. You create whatever shape that you have for your protective case. Some of you may know about the shell feature, which allows you to create a hole without drawing the box, but I personally like to give where my hinge is, the back of the case, a little bit more thickness so that the hinge has something to rest on. So I had to draw lines and then extrude that rectangle down, giving myself some more room in the back. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a space for my hinge to rest. This is going to be two pieces, obviously. This is the bottom, and you're going to create, or sorry, I have this as the top, but this should actually be rename bottom. And then you'll have two as well. So when you do this, make sure you have them both down here. So I've actually got two bottom pieces. So let me see if I can just delete. Yep. That's gone. I still have my bottom over here. And then I can hit plus, create new part. And I can rename this as top. And that's how I want you to have yours created as well, so that they're easy to assemble once you're finished. So top and bottom in the same file, but on a different page, if that makes sense. Okay, so back to this. I need to clear out the space for my hinge. So you're probably wondering what that means. So I'm not going to hit extrude. I'm going to hit sketch. I'm going to click on this plane. I'm going to go to it, and I'm going to grab a circle, go up to the top corner, and I'm going to draw a circle that's 0.25. Check. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to extrude that, and I'm going to remove it, if that makes sense. I want to remove. So for some reason, let's do this actually. You'll go into our sketch, double click. See if I can't trim off. Nope. Alright, we won't go into our sketch. Let's just go back and try and see if we can't click on this. And I'm going to hit remove. Good, that's going to work for us. And I'm going to remove that all the way across, which I think I made my box 3.5. Yeah, good. So check. So that's giving room. Now I need to kind of draw back in place some of that material. So I'm going to hit sketch. I'm going to hit this face again. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a circle and see if I can't find that point again. There we go. Concentric. You saw the concentric constraint pop up. 0.25. Bam. Check. Extrude. This. I'm going to go this way, and I want to go a third of the distance of 3.5 divided by 3. I want a third of that, which is 1. Let me double check. 1.16 for me. Whatever a third of yours is, you'll go a third. Check. Boop. There it is. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to sketch on this face, and I'm going to do the exact same thing so that I create another part of the hinge. So concentric. Boop. Check. Extrude. This time we're adding material. .16. Check. All right. There's the start of my hinge. And now I had to remove this material so that I could allow the top, whenever we create the top of the container, when we put them together, I want them to fit as well. All right. So that's the first part. If I go to top, I can, what was I drawing on? So that they line up. I'm going to draw on my top. I'm going to sketch top. I'm going to create a rectangle that is 3.5 by 2. Check. I'm going to extrude that. I'm only going to make this 0.25 thick because it's my top. I don't need it as thick as my bottom. And then I need to, I'm going to create a plane. Okay, I want it to go this way, and I want my plane to be halfway between 3.5. So 3.5 divided by 2, I'm going to make it 1.75 offset from that edge, and that puts my plane in the middle. Now what I can do is I can sketch on this plane I just created a circle. Maybe. Hello, let me work. Maybe not. Maybe that wasn't the best move. Let's see if we can't sketch here. Okay, well that'll let us do that. So let's do that. We'll do 0.25. What's this? Construct. Offset. Let's offset this circle. Oh, no, that's not gonna work. Wait, bring it back. Interesting. We'll try that again. Oh, we do have to remove. Okay, so we do have to remove all that material too. So we've got to take this going through, but we need to remove material. There we go. And I'm doing it on the wrong. I just realized I'm doing it on the wrong because this is the top of the top part. I want it on the bottom of the top so that they line up. If that makes any sort of sense. I need to be drawing sketch down here. So 0.25. Nope. Too big. There we go. Check. Extrude. Remove. Check. Alright, that gives me a good starting. Good, so now you can see how those two would fit on each other. So now we need to go put in this top, this middle piece for our top so that they can line up. So I'm gonna view a section because I want to only view half of it. That's not the. Here's our section view. Look at that. And here are our section lines. We learned about those. That's what a section view looks like in half when you can only see, the piece that you're looking at. So let me come back to you once I get my circle in place and I'll go over how I did that then. All right, so I changed my mind and I deleted some of my stuff. And honestly, all I'm going to do is I'm going to extrude and I'm going to remove, if it lets me. Why is it not letting me? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to delete all of this. We're going to delete our extra plane because we don't need it. And we are going to sketch here, bam, circle, 0.25, check, check. And I need to going to extrude. Want to click on all of this, but I want to remove, intersect, move. Let's see if we can get it to work this time. Just like we did before. But I'm only going to go 1.16 this way. Check. I'm going to go over here, sketch on this face, look at it straight on, sketch 0.5, check, sketch. We need to click on this, but we want to go the other way, intersect, remove, again, check. All right, so we have that space for our hinges. Now we just have to create the other hinge, I guess you could say. So I'm going to sketch there, see if I can't just draw. There we go. Cool. I'm going to extrude this, but I want it to go the other way. But I don't want the piece that I selected. I want this outside version. I want to change the other direction, and I want to go. Is it letting us do that? No. Let's try that again, sorry. Flip the direction. Next face is not all we want. Up to next. What? Oh, I don't want to choose that. Remath it. So ours is going to be blind, and we can do ours at 1.18. Check. And that will give us our shape. Bam, there you have it. There is our hinge. I know that took a little bit longer than expected, but I was figuring it out right along with you guys. So you can see our bottom and our top. For those that, are still struggling with Onshape, I want you to stop here. For those that really have been doing well with Onshape and you know who you are, and I can call you out if you pretend to not be one of them, I would like you guys that are doing that, have extra time, that finish early, to create a little divot on both sides of the top, and then on the bottom create little bump outs so that they could like rest inside and be able to rotate back and forth from, okay? But that is what I have. Hopefully it didn't confuse you too much. Creating the top and bottom separately, but in the same document, just on different sheets, makes your assembly a lot easier. Removing and extruding our circles to create our hinges, and then those that are still, have extra time to kill, creating those little divots and those little bump outs so that they have something like almost a joint to sit in and rotate on. Okay.